Hi, welcome to the GF channel. Today we are installing power folding mirrors to the 626. That's a long-standing dream of mine, and finally today it is coming true. The setup is quite simple, but parts are hard to obtain. So you need this button, and you need the mirrors. That's pretty much it. Of course you need cables and lots of cables with plugs in them so you can do it properly. Let me explain how is it working. Well, that's the original button here, and as you can see at the far right here, there's space there, but there are no pins. This button has those two pins. I'm gonna just try to show you. Actually, there's no point in taking it apart. See the back. I have plugged in two other plugs, two pins, and extracted the voltage from here. And the way that it works, actually, I have also set up a voltmeter here. I'm currently charging my battery, so it's 13 volts, minus 13 volts. When I press the button, it goes to 13 volts. Press it again and goes to minus 13. So it flips the voltage. That's how it works. Everything else is within the mirror. As you can hear at the end, it starts to struggle for a bit and then it automatically shuts off. That's electronics inside of the mirror and does it by itself. Now, as far as finding this button, well, I couldn't find it in Europe. So I had to order it from Asia or Australia. This one is from Australia, from Mazda MPV. It does work. Everything works beautifully in this button. So I don't remember for how much I bought it, but it actually came cheap in the end. So the delivery was more than the button itself. As for the mirrors, this one actually I did modify. It is from a UK. From the UK, I got this one from the UK for their passenger side. This is our driver side, but this is a passenger side mirror, and I had to modify it because of the viewing angle. As you can see right now, I barely see the car. Without the modification, almost all the mirror was the car, even at the further adjustment at the farmost here, I was still able to see almost no road. This is because this angle here, so this line, let me actually grab this one here, you can see it's bent a little. It was bent a lot there, a lot, and that's maximum expansion. So I had to actually open this. I didn't want to open it for the video because it's a two-man job with a freakishly strong spring, which actually resulted here in damaging my plastic while trying to mount it back on. So I risked to break the mirror just to show you, but I'll try to explain you. When you remove the spring here, there is a plastic circle that actually is a limiter. So you have to just get a knife and extend the limiting position by cutting off of the plastic, and that would allow you this to be straight line. And that's pretty much how you fix this. Those are were cheap. I don't know if they still are, but on clearance I got it for, I don't know, 15-16 pounds, which is quite cheap. While this one, this is actually European one, so that is why the angle is almost perfect. This one I bought for retail price, 75 euros I believe, without the delivery, so this is quite more expensive, but that was the only choice I had. Okay, so these actually also you need to paint. They come ready for painting, so I send them for paint job. Now they are with my car's color, and I think that's it. You need the button and you need the mirrors and lots of cabling, which I'm gonna now shoot how to install. Okay, so door has been disassembled, the connector in the door anyhow, and I've put this is from wipers, so I've put it, it comes to here, that's the only spot I have found that I can pull a cable through, which is fine. But before pulling it through here, I'm gonna first pull this one, because I have limited cable length, so I would first like to start with the one that I know how much. Here, so this cable goes through this one, down, like that. This is it, goes up, and comes to this connector, which is actually here. That's the connector for the mirrors. This connector has 3 available spots. I'm gonna use the one next to each other for this. As you can see, the pins in the connector are really tiny, but fortunately these converters for the audio cables, they come with the same it's too white. Same tiny more connectors. Probably not, you're not seeing anything, but I'll try to go to different lighting. Yes. So these are the same. So I'm gonna grab from here. I'll need 4 for the 2 doors. I have plenty. Of course, colors is not good. They're not gonna match, but well, anyhow. So how to disassemble this? You do not need to remove the panel to do this. Also, you do not need to remove this panel to do this, nor here. All you need to remove to disconnect here is first you remove your pin with a hammer, slam it a few times at the bottom so it pops, and this is free, so you can open the door as much as possible. Then you need to remove this rubber out of this connector, and after that there are 4 pins here, and 2 at the bottom. I have it here. 2 at the bottom. I'll go to better light. So after you remove that, you're gonna unplug, pull the whole thing, and this actually is at the bottom. This is the way that it holds the 2 connectors together. So what you're gonna do is press this thing here and then pull up. This is gonna be sitting like that, so it's on top, and it's quite easy. Just squeeze with your hands and pull, and then you just pull the connectors apart. That's how you disassemble it. Now from here I already removed 2 colors that I liked, that I'm gonna pull through the car, and I've already used my resources of cables. So this is the first one. I actually chose them so they are opposite. So we have yellow with red, and red with yellow. The idea is they actually reverse itself to open and close the motor, so I like the colors. Now the problem with my colors, this is my problem, is I have a lot less cabling of red with yellow than yellow with red. I have a lot, probably just enough to cover the two doors and all the loops I'm gonna do behind the dashboard. Also, while extracting, I extracted with these pins, two of them. So I have two of these and one of these, which are gonna go in their dedicated places. For these I only get these, so well, it's gonna be a mismatch of colors, but anyhow it's a cable that is gonna be wrapped with electrical tape. It's just for me knowing what I did. So next is get the cables for the passenger side door in the door and in the plug, and zip tied and everything connected to the plug, so I know the door is done and I only need the cables through the car. And cable has been pulled through. Zip tie here, zip tie here. I remove the speaker so I can place zip tie here, and here I have actually few loops because my cable came out longer than needed. There are just a few loops here of the cable, and then I've plugged in to here, those two. I did prior pulling the cable through. I did use another cable and place this marking tape here, so I can see how long the cable is. 123 meters, 1.23 meters. I believe 110 would be enough, but better longer than shorter, you know. For the other door, it's not gonna be that straightforward procedure. That's why I chose this door, because in the other door I will actually have to connect the button with the whole cable that I'm gonna pull through here. So the other door will be a little bit different. I'm gonna show you, of course. And next is I'm gonna pull cable from here to here, and of course the mirror, but mirrors I'm gonna place at the end. Okay, let's get started. And cable from here is done. I pull it from here, and I'm gonna follow this cable here. Goes like that, up like that, and continues to there. I'm gonna follow this one. I'm gonna solder everything in the car apparently, because I plan to first do the other door, see what cable I'm left with. So I just checked for continuity between here and there. Everything checks out. I haven't switched the covers, so I'm ready to assemble. I'm not gonna show you how. Plug this, push, and get the rubber on top, and then this pin, and it's all good. A tip: the procedure for taking it back is not the same as taking it off. You cannot place the rubber here because you cannot reach at the back, and this is why you shouldn't even put the connector in. It should still face you when you plugged in the cables. Leave it like that, then wrap around the rubber, and then everything should go in at one shot. That's how you actually assemble it. And that's the cable for the right door, driver's side door. I've roughly measured everything and did the cable. Oh, come on. So it's time to go disassemble the door and place this cable in. And I've done the wiring. Apparently I did calculate it wrong. This is too short. Also this one is too short towards the button. You can see the others are longer. We'll see though when it's like that. I believe it will be enough. We'll see. And also the button now, I checked and it works. Currently it's not pressed. When I press it, it folds. I do not know how it's on the original one, in which position it's folded and in which it's not, but it looks like when you press it, it should fold. I don't know. It's more logical. Don't know. That's how I implemented it. You press and it folds, you release and it unfolds. Okay, that part is done. Now I go through here towards the other door. So I have placed the cable all the way to the other door. All that remains is to cut those, but I've left them so it's easier on the video to see where I place the cable. So from here it goes like that, here, then here, then goes here, then from here I have it right here, then goes to the other side. Of course you need to remove central console for this one to happen. Here's the central console. Okay, so from here, where was it? It's here, then here makes a turn, here above the steering wheel column, and you can see one right here. And all the access cable is here. There's lots of it. So here I have stick it. Then goes to the door, which I already assembled. Then from here, and that's the button, which now works with the two mirrors. Okay, now I need to make a hole for this button on the panel and of course assemble the car. So I've drilled the hole. It's not as wide as this one. You can see there's a gap here, because the tool I used to drill it is this manual tool. I didn't want to use power tools for this one, and it's up to 14 millimeters. So that's the maximum, 14 millimeters, and it's barely enough for the button to come through. 15 or 16 will be better, but it works. I'm happy. The button itself has at the bottom a ring, so if you do it wider you won't see all the way down. It's probably left for that reason. Holes and everything are perfect, and I've also placed on driver's side this cap This is just to see how it works on these mirrors anyhow. You have here those type of clips which are bent only in one direction, and on the other side you have those kind of clips which are squeezed from the both sides. Now that on the sits like that, the bottom one, and that's where your mechanics are for the mirror. You cannot reach it. I don't know if you have to take it off, how you're gonna do it, but the other three are reachable. You can reach them with hands and just squeeze, and these are gonna pop off. I don't know about this one, don't know how it's done. I do not see them when removing the glass, the mirror. And that's it. Let's assemble the car and see the final result. See if this cable is gonna give me headaches or not, because it's shorter. And finito. It looks good, feels good. Cables weren't absolutely any problem that they were shorter. That's it. I've lost one thing. These mirrors, they do not have blind spot extended part of them. I bought those. There are two of them, left and right. I bought those from eBay. I'm not happy with how the heating is done. It just looks like a first grade did it. I'm not gonna change those, not because of the heating, but because looking at those, I'm quite sure I'm gonna break it if I try to disassemble it. So I'm gonna try it with this, and if it's too bad and I miss this, then I'll change it and I'll make a video of that. For now, these stay in the box. That's it. Everything is done. I also managed to clean my car finally, although I already stepped from outside and it's crap. That's when that happens when you have a brand new garage. Anyhow, everything is done. Hit subscribe and I'll see you next.